Did you know that failure actually rewires your brain? Neuroscientists have found that when you fail, your brain engages in critical thinking, problem solving, and adaptability. In simple terms, failure. It's the word we dread the most, the thing we avoid at all costs. It stings, it's uncomfortable, and let's be honest, sometimes it feels like the end of the world. But what if I told you that failure is not your enemy? What if I told you that failure is the secret ingredient to success? Sounds crazy, right? But hear me out. In today's video, we're diving into why failing is not just okay, but essential for success. We'll explore the science behind it, hear inspiring stories, and learn actionable strategies to embrace failure as a stepping stone to greatness. Ready? Let's go. Chapter 1. Redefining failure. Let's start with a simple question. What is failure? Most of us define it as the opposite of success. But is it really? If success is a mountain, failure is not falling off the edge. It's the climb. Every misstep, every tumble, every scraped knee is a step closer to the summit. Consider Thomas Edison. When asked about his thousands of failed attempts to create the light bulb, he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That's the mindset shift we need to embrace. Failure isn't a dead end, it's feedback. The problem lies in how we're conditioned to view failure. From school tests to social media highlight reels, we're taught that success is linear, spotless, and effortless. But real life, it's messy, unpredictable, and full of wrong turns, and that's okay. Chapter 2. The Science of Failing Forward. Did you know that failure actually rewires your brain? Neuroscientists have found that when you fail, your brain engages in critical thinking, problem solving, and adaptability. In simple terms, failure makes you smarter. It's like a workout for your brain. Here's another fun fact. Studies show that people who experience moderate levels of failure are more likely to succeed than those who don't fail at all. Why? Because failure builds resilience. It's like lifting weights. The heavier the challenge, the stronger you become. So the next time you fail, don't sulk. Instead, think of it as your brain upgrading to version 2.0. Every failure is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and grow. Chapter 3. Famous failures that shaped the world. Let's talk about Michael Jordan. Widely regarded as the greatest basketball player of all time, he didn't even make his high school varsity team on his first try. Imagine if he had given up right there. No 6 championships, no iconic moments, no Space Jam. Then there's Oprah Winfrey, fired from her first TV job because she was unfit for television. Unfit for television? The irony is almost laughable now. Oprah turned that failure into a media empire that's inspired millions. And who can forget J.K. Rowling? Before Harry Potter, she was rejected by 12 publishers. Today, her books have sold over 500 million copies. Failure was just a chapter in her story, not the ending. Chapter 4. The emotional toll of failure. Let's be real. Failure hurts. It's embarrassing, frustrating, and sometimes downright soul-crushing. But here's the thing. It's supposed to hurt. Pain is a signal. It's your mind and body telling you, hey, this matters. The key is not to let failure define you. You are not your mistakes. You are the lessons you learn from them. And guess what? Those lessons make you stronger, wiser, and more capable. Remember, it's okay to feel bad when you fail. Cry if you need to. Take a day off, but don't unpack and live there. Failure is a temporary setback, not a permanent state. Chapter 5. How to turn failure into success. Now that we know failure is inevitable, how do we use it to our advantage? Step 1. Reflect. Ask yourself, what went wrong? What can I do differently next time? This is not about self-criticism. It's about self-awareness. Step 2. Reframe. Instead of saying, I failed, say, I learned. This simple mindset shift can make all the difference in how you approach challenges. And finally, step 3. Reignite. Use your failure as fuel. Channel that frustration, that disappointment, into action. Let it motivate you to work harder, smarter, and better. Chapter 6. The Road to Resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back, and failure is the perfect training ground for it. Every time you get up after falling, you're building your resilience muscles. Think of failure as a storm. It's rough, it's chaotic, but it also clears the air, waters the soil, and makes room for new growth. Without storms, there'd be no rainbows. So the next time you face failure, don't see it as the end of the road. See it as a detour, a scenic route that might just lead you to something even better. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's part of it. It's the detours, the potholes, and the bumps in the road that make the journey worthwhile. So, embrace your failures. Celebrate them even, because every failure brings you one step closer to your goals. And remember, the only real failure is giving up. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to hear this, and subscribe for more motivational content. Until next time, keep failing, keep learning, and keep growing.